every time I come here, I tell you how much I love Virginia's program and how they run their program and how classy Deb is and their staff and, those kids, after the kids have been recruited. And I really do have personal relationships with almost half of their team, and they play hard, they play smart, and, they got us twice in overtime the last 2 times we played, so I was kind of sick of that, and I wanted that to change, and I'm really happy that it did. I'm also really happy that I have Shanice Johnson on my team, because she's just unbelievable, and, I'd like to say that I made some really smart calls offensively and stuff, but the smartest thing I can do is give the ball, and if she doesn't score 30, then she has 6 assists on top of that and no turnovers, so makes things really easy for me. And I cannot imagine a more complete player than Shanice Johnson, and a better Katie either. I mean, she's just a super individual, and I'm really proud of her. And like I said, I had Shanice, and that's why we won.
You concerned at all? 3rd trip on the road in the league, or you've seen enough from this group that away from home wasn't going to matter?
We wanted. I was really glad we were starting on the road. We have this kind of mentality. We want to steal things from people. We do feel like I always tell the team that road wins count double, but ACC road wins count triple. And we're very serious about our performance on the road. We like it. I talk about the youth swag and all that, and I'm not trying to get into that, but there is definitely an attitude on this team where we got a little bit of a chip. We had a lot of missed opportunities last year and very close ball games. And the difference this year is the kids who had the game winning opportunities last year were sophomores, and now they're juniors, and they're hitting them. And I think they'll continue to do that. I really do have a lot of strong belief in my kids, and they're a very special group. And somebody like a Sylvia Bullock, who I'm sure that the Virginia assistant coach who had the scout is pulling their hair out right now, because Sylvia Bullock had 10 points. That's probably twice her average, but she's so mentally tough, and we needed her to come through tonight, and she did, and that's the difference.
In a game like this, where the teams might otherwise be somewhat evenly matched, does a player like Shanice kind of tilt it?
Yeah.
Having a player like that,
Yeah.
when it gets close.
Yeah. Yes, it tilts it in a big way. And I'm not just saying the 30 points, that's amazing, but you saw a couple of those offensive rebounds that she gets when we're on the ropes. You saw the steals to end the half when I called a timeout. We were down 3, and then Mo generates an 8-0 run by herself to end the half, and a 5-0 run to start the second half, and there we are, ahead on the road. And I'm not necessarily saying she scored all those points, but I'm sure she had a hand in every single one of those plays. And, Raquana Williams is a great player who had a very off night. And mentally, we lost her a little bit in the first half there. But for her to come back in the second half and make special plays too, I thought really kind of broke Virginia's back. I mean, Bay, we call her Bay, Raquana Williams. She's been, I couldn't be more proud of a growth of an individual and just a maturity and an adjustment in how she adapts in her life and on the basketball court than this young lady. And she really hung in there for us and did some special things to make sure we won.
Role of the transition game in tonight's win, especially, I remember it was about 7 minutes ago in the game, and Virginia probably lead back and got about 3. Chanel Williams,
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Virginia assistant coach in charge of the scout probably wasn't expecting that one either. That's how you win road games. Kids get a little bit out of their comfort zone and come through for you, and she did. That's a huge shot. The transition game, I think the start of the game, the fans should have just been in love with women's basketball. I mean, I asked the refs if they needed oxygen, because we were just up and down, both teams, and I figured that Virginia would try to match us running, and they were doing a better job of it. They were beating us in our own game. And, I called it off a little bit and tried to settle my kids in, because we were so hyped and so excited. And Virginia did a great job of matching our intensity to start the game.
So were the 15-plus turnovers a little bit permissible, I guess, or should it still?
For our team?
Yeah. So
well, 7 from Raquana Williams is really bad. I mean, she's been really low on the turnovers. She's had a 2.3 to 1 assist to turnover ratio for us all year. I've been just putting the ball in her hands and letting her have at it. But, when you get to these high levels, you play these really smart coaching staffs, they have something to do with it. They forced a lot of that. Virginia's schemes kind of got in their head a little bit, so which is great. We had a performance where Bay was a little rattled, and we still came through with the win, and we'll take that and learn from it. And Bay will be the first one sitting next to me on the bus or on the plane or wherever we're doing next, right next to me watching the film and wanting to know how to be better. She's a really special kid.
Everyone okay?